1040 Citrix GoTo Meeting, powerfully simple way to meet online from anywhere using any computer or mobile device. Visit gotomeeting.ca today for your free 30-day trial. The idea of Drive Basketball is something Pasha Bains is behind. He's the co-founder of it. He's the head coach of Drive Basketball as well. He's a terrific player at Richmond and beyond. Went on to university in, if I got it right, Clemson and Wyoming and UBC and SFU, Pasha?
Yeah, I had a lot of stops there.
Nothing wrong with it. You never met a shot you didn't like, buddy. How are you?
Doing really good. Thanks for having me on.
What's the inspiration behind Drive Basketball and what you're doing there?
Well, when Chad and I, my partner Chad Clifford, started it, it was because we learned so much in the game, playing in university. Chad played Division I also, and there's so many little things that go into being a great player that we just wanted to pass on. We started off just kind of small, and it kind of grew from there and blew up, and now we've had some great players go play Division I and play for the junior national teams and whatnot, so it's been a dream come true.
When did you graduate from high school? Was it 99?
98.
98? Was there a void back then for something like this?
Well, me personally, I didn't actually play in the States until I ended up going to Clemson. So, there was AAU ball is just so huge in the U.S. There was definitely a void in terms of being able to play in Seattle and California and Las Vegas and get really good competition and try to immerse yourself in the American culture. And there was nothing like that when we were growing up. And we tried to bring that kind of American culture to Canada, and it's really worked.
How long have you had it going?
We started actually back in 2004, but we started full-time after we graduated from UBC together in 2007.
So did you think the absence of the Grizzlies was going to hurt the interest of basketball with younger kids in this province?
You know what? I think that if the Grizzlies stayed, it would have been great just to have these guys around and in the community and be able to see them in person. But nowadays with the YouTube, NBA TV, Twitter and all these other things, the NBA and basketball is just really close to us. These kids are very, very studious when it comes to, the players, the moves that they use and all that kind of stuff. It's a new age of basketball. So I don't think the Grizzlies being here affects them that much, but obviously it would be better if they stayed. What
inspired you to stay in the game the way you have? I mean, you got to make a living. I understand that part of it, but you have to love the game to do what you're doing.
Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely a passion project. Chad and I both had our own camps going on, and we're best friends, so we decided to merge our things together. And after every camp, everybody kept asking us what's next, and now it's just evolved into a thing that we do every single day, all year long. We both coached teams while we were in high school. I coached the grade 8 team at Richmond High when I was in grade 12, so it was just a natural thing.
Tell me about Jermaine Haley. He's a 3D'er. He's a Drive Basketball product. He commits to Washington. I just mentioned your competition. He commits to Washington yesterday. Tell me about him as a player.
He's just he oozes potential. He's 6'7" and he plays the point guard, which is very, very rare. He can pass the ball. He's the best passer I've ever seen at a high school level. He sees plays that develop way before. I mean, sometimes when we're coaching, we're not even playing, and he sees passes that we don't even see. So, he's skilled. He's very fluid. He's smooth. He's got great genetics. His dad played in the NFL. I think he's got some growing to do still, which is crazy because he's 6'7". His best days are ahead of him. He's just a very, very good talent, and we don't normally get players like him in British Columbia.
Now, what's he going to do next year? Is he a junior, or is he going to be a senior next year?
He's got 2 years left at high school.
So he's already committed. Is that unusual?
Yeah, you know what? It's just a really, really great fit. Coach Romar at Washington does a great job of developing NBA guards. He's got Terrence Ross from the Raptors. He's got Brandon Roy, Nate Robinson, Tony Roten. So he's got a history of developing guards. And, Tristan Etienne, a player who played from us from Abbotsford, he's already there at Washington, and him and Jermaine were teammates growing up. So it's just a natural fit to just kind of get it out of the way. He had a lot of really big-time programs like Memphis and Gonzaga and Louisville offering him and putting a lot of pressure on him. But I think this is good to commit now so that he can focus on, becoming a better player and knowing where he's going. Being close to home is just huge for him, because he's a big name in the BC community, and he's really in touch with his roots here. So I think it'll be great for the BC community to have him only 2 hours away.
Now, Pasha, did I read that he's going to an academy for the next couple of years in the Canary Islands?
Yeah, he'll be at a prep school for the next 2 years, developing, just getting stronger. He still hasn't hit any weights yet. He's got a long, wiry frame that's going to fill out. So, the best thing is getting better competition and just kind of playing in the big major events will just do wonders for him before he gets to Washington.
What's the appeal of a prep school?
What the prep schools is just more competition. You play against the top players that go to these different academies. You play in these national events. You live, sleep, breathe basketball all day long. They do lifting. It's basically a Division I program in high school, and we just don't have the resources to do something like that out here. So, a lot of the kids in Toronto, that's what they do. Andrew Wiggins and these other guys, that's why they grew up, and we're starting to get that culture out here on the West Coast.
How do you, Pasha, distinguish between a kid who's, got all sorts of potential, wants to maybe go south of the border, obviously would have opportunities in Canada as well. What's the recommendation you make for a kid like that who's just trying to decide which side of the border he should play on?
Well, Jermaine, obviously the Division I coaches, and the scouts, they're saying he's going to be a top 30 player in North America for his class. When you get attention like that and you have the skill set and the size that he has to play in the NBA, I think the Division I is the route that you have to take. But, Canadian basketball and Canadian University is huge now, and there's a lot of our kids, a lot of talented kids. Even the provincial MVP this year, Mindy Minas, is going to UBC. So it's also a great option. Canadian basketball has really picked up. Do you think Jermaine's an NBA prospect, or do you think he's a certainty? It's tough to say. I don't want to put too many pressures on him, but this kid has definitely got the tools, and he's got what it takes. I don't know what it is, but he definitely has it, Pasha, thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it. Sounds like you enjoy what you're doing. Thanks a lot, and it's anytime. Appreciate it. Good stuff. There you go. Pasha Bains, ex of Richmond High School, just a terrific high school player, and then went on to Clemson, I believe it was, right out of high school, and then on to Wyoming, if I'm not mistaken, before he came back home to finish up, and now is the co-founder, along with Chad Clifford, and head coach of Drive Basketball. Jermaine Haley, a product of that program, still has 2 more years of high school. He'll serve at a prep school in the Canary Islands, but he commits to the University of Washington. I mentioned 3D basketball in there. It's another option for kids to play AAU basketball. BC's got some great programs. Drive Basketball doing some good things as well. We'll talk some golf when we come back. Our poll question today is about golf. What's the best explanation for the decreasing interest in playing?